Hi guys. Good morning. It's still early in the morning, guys. But I just want to show you how it looks like early in the morning. I'm coming from work, guys. I am coming from work. I was like, why not do a video? Just show you how it looks like in the morning. It's close to 6:40. Close to 6:40. So I'm like trying to figure out the way. I am trying to figure out the way home. It says I turn, there's a stop sign. It says I turn left there. I don't know why. I am good. There we go. So it's just early in the morning. Looks beautiful. There's still light. The sun has not come out, but it looks good, guys. It looks very, very, very good. Just to show you around. Early in the morning. Just driving around before I get to the highway to go home. There should be a stop sign somewhere. I'm following my GPS, guys. I'm following my GPS. Oh my god. Following my GPS there. Actually, my car is lighted now. It's early in the morning, but I hope that you guys can see. There we go. I hope you can see. It looks beautiful. It's still very early in the morning, but it looks good. There's not many people who have woken up. So here I am going to turn left, I believe. Left on Rock Road. Why is it telling me to turn right? Yeah. You know, when you come here, your life will be guided by the GPS. Because if you miss it, you have missed it, guys. Your life will be controlled by the GPS. Wherever you go, you have to use your GPS, guys. Because if you don't, then you will get lost. And you don't want to get lost. So it's important for you to put your phone there so that you can know where you're going. Because sometimes you will be going to work, especially if you're working for agency, and you really do not know the place, so you are relying on your phone. Your phone is the one that's gonna take you where you're going. So it's early in the morning, guys. just wanted to show you how it looks early. It's just early. So your GPS is very important. Very, 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 very important, because you have to know where you are going. You have to know where you are going. Or like now, I have to go with my GPS until I get to, there's a place that I will stop it because I know that place. But before I reach over there, guys, GPS and me. GPS and me. So I want to talk about this other question that was asked about good conduct. No, what is it called? The clearance form, police clearance form. Of course, it's a certificate of good conduct. That the police clearance form. There's someone who asked me about it, and they said that they had gone to India and they got one, and then they said that they went back again to India, so they were wondering if they need one. Now, the police clearance form, normally what happens is that when you go and live in a country for 6 months and you win your DV lottery, you must ask for a police clearance form because you have lived there for 6 months. But if you have only lived there for less than 6 months, then you do not need to. You do not need to ask for a police clearance form because you haven't lived there for a long time. So just to answer the question for that person who had asked me about that, if you haven't lived there for a long time, you are only there for less than 6 months, then you do not need it. But the one that you had gone previously, the one that you got, that one you have to submit it because you already have it. But if this one you went and you did not last for 6 months, then you do not need it because that's how they put it. That if you have lived in a place for that time, then you need your police clearance form. But if you haven't, then you're good to go. You are good to go. Another thing that I want to talk about is that today I will do my show, but let me not talk about that. Let me just wait and maybe just go live earlier because I might decide to publish this video later. I might decide to publish it later, so I don't think I should dwell so much on that, guys. So I just wanted to show you how it looks like in the morning, early in the morning, and I'm trying to follow my GPS here. Sometimes I get lost, guys. Sometimes I get lost, and then I'm like, whoops, I am lost. The way this is not the way that I passed by yesterday, but it's fine. I'm gonna get to the highway because that's where I wanna go. So I am looking for the way here. Now I can stop my GPS. So it's gonna be bright very soon. But look at the lights. It just looks very beautiful. Early in the morning. Look at all those lights. And you find that when you're driving, even in the middle of the night, you're not gonna find that like it's very, very dark unless you are in a highway like very, very far away from residential places. Oh, this place is called Derby. This place is called Derby, and it looks good. I've never done a video very early in the morning when I am coming from work, so I was like, let me do one and just show you how it looks like. So right now from here I don't need my GPS because I know the way pretty well. So actually I do not need my GPS, but sometimes like your life will be guided with the GPS everywhere that you're going. And so there was this other person who asked me about agency jobs, which ones are better. Now I cannot say that there is some that are good and there are some that are bad, But if you have a full-time job, of course you have more benefits, because a full-time job, you can apply for insurance there. You get hours, paid time off, whereby your hours accumulate. In a whole year, you accumulate hours that you can go for vacation. You can go for vacation for 2 weeks, and it's paid time off, whereby they are going to pay you. That is a full-time job. You can, depending on what you're doing, sometimes you can decide, I don't want to pay a full-time job. I want as needed job. As needed job is called PRN, whereby you will be going if you need to go to work. That one, you get paid more. You find that maybe they will add you like maybe $7 to $10 more than you would be earning in a regular job. But then that one doesn't have benefits, because you're just going, yes, you're paid more money, but you're just going as needed. You can also go for part-time. It's closer to as needed, but part-time, most of the time they want to put you on the schedule so that you're there and you have your hours. Now when it comes to agency always pays more. You earn more money in agency, regardless whether you are a CNA, whether you are a med aid, whether you are a nurse, you earn more. And especially if you're driving far, away, maybe you're driving 30 minutes away, 35 or whatever, a 1 hour away, you find that they pay you for your mileage. Like the distance that you have traveled, they will add you more money. Now, agency is really good. But agency, if you want to benefit from agency, then sign a contract with them. Whereby when you sign a contract, you know that you will work in a certain facility for maybe like 1 month or whatever. Or maybe you will work for like 8 weeks or 12 weeks. It depends on what you want. So the best thing that I can advise anybody is to sign a contract. Because agency sometimes can really mess you up. Because sometimes you can pick up some hours. Maybe you have said that you want to work on Saturday and Sunday and Monday, whatever. Or the days that you are available. And then you pick them, because you pick them online, the hours that you're going to work. But then they cancel you. Because if that job, someone from that job has decided that they are going to pick up those hours, they are going to work, then they will drop you, because an agency person is paid more. So you find that is one like bad thing about agents, whereby they cancel you all the time. They will just cancel you, and it's not their fault. It's because if that organization, the employees from there decided to fill in that gap, then you are not needed, because when you come in, you are paid more. Another thing is that sometimes you will go to work, and when you go to work, maybe it's last minute, and maybe they haven't informed your agency or whatever. So you go to work. When you go to work, you have gone, and then they tell you that they don't need you. So you have to go home. Of course, maybe there are some good agencies that will pay you like 2 hours. They tell you like to sign in that you worked for 2 hours, because they just don't want to like to feel like you are wasted. There are some that are whatever, so they'll pay you. It depends on the agency, but that's one disadvantage that like makes me not even like agency much. But since I'm in school, I'm doing agency right now. But you find that agency can really mess you up. It can really mess up your schedule. It can really mess up your budget, because if you're cancelled and you didn't have they didn't have any more hours, then you can't go to work at that time. That's another disadvantage of agency. Another disadvantage of agency is that you are going to a place that you have never worked. So you have to be proactive, whereby you have to learn everything. On that small time that you're given report, you have to learn every patient. You have to ask so many questions so that you are able to work. Of course, the work is arranged, whereby you have to log into a computer and see what you need to do. But you find that it's like starting a new job. So every time you're going for agency, you're going for a new facility. So you need to be very keen. And at the same time, you need to be very fast and very observant, very observant, because here you are dealing with people. And at the same time, here, when you go to work, you have to protect your license. Very important thing. You must protect your license. So by protecting your license, I mean that you have gone to work, you are liable. Yes, you went to that work, your agency, it doesn't matter, but you have to do everything that you are supposed to do in your job. Because if anything wrong happens, it is not going to be the agency's fault, it is going to be your fault. So it's very, very important for you to know. So some people work agency and some others are not able to work agency. It all depends. But if you want to make the big bucks, like for me, when I finish my nursing, I am going to do traveling nursing because my kids will be a little bit older and I will be able to maybe just travel for 3 days and then come back home. Because when you do, I've gotten into the highway. This is a different highway. I've never filmed when I am driving on this highway. So and this one I'm gonna go to this highway and then I'm gonna join another highway and then I'm gonna join another one and then I am going to exit. So what I'm saying is that you decide, but healthcare is very, very diverse. It's very, very diverse, and that's why you find that most African people tend to lean on doing healthcare when they come in. And then they decide on other things later. They decide on other things later. They do decide on other things later. So, but you can still do other jobs. There are so many, especially if you have your papers. You can apply, work anywhere. But you find that our African people, sometimes they are scared. They do not want to, they feel like maybe if they go to apply, they are not going to be hired or whatever. What I say is that you just apply whatever you want to apply, as long as you have the right paperwork and you are competent. You can do that job. Then do apply. Even if they don't pick you on that time, apply again, because you don't have to be picked at that time specifically. You can be picked after maybe you have applied 2-3 times. You can be picked. So it's not only healthcare, because I've had to like talk to my people about it, because they are like, Charity, is it only healthcare? No, it's not only healthcare. There are so many things that you can do, but you find that in healthcare there is more hours, there is more flexibility, there is more like all that stuff that I've talked about, working agency and all that, which helps, that really helps. So I'm exiting here. I've exited now. They are now to go to another highway. So I'm going home, guys. I'm going home, and then I was like, oh, let me just do a video and talk, because sometimes I'm so tired. I'm so tired, and I'm like, I just don't want to be quiet in the car. I want to talk. I want to talk to my people, guys. I want to talk. So, guys, all I can do right now is just to wish you all the best. I know that you are waiting for the DV 2023. Some of you are waiting for the second notification letters. Some of you are very anxious. There's so much anxiety. But you know what? If you do not get the DV 2023, because we have to talk about these things, get someone to invite you. Send you an invitation for a graduation. Or like we are going to have graduations in December. We are going to have graduations in December. So if you know anyone who is graduating and they live here, ask them to send you an invitation, because you never know. Through that invitation, you might be able to come and visit. Then there was this other question that I was asked. I almost forgot about that question before I end this video, because I don't want to like talk too much. There's this person who asked me about if you came here with a B1, B2 visa and then you decided to change. Now what I can tell you guys is that immigration is hard. It's hard, it's difficult. To maneuver it is hard. But if you land into good hands, and maybe you have shopped around, you've seen that you wanna, you can go for a course or whatever. Sometimes you can go and apply And then when you apply, it all depends on the college. When they give you an I-20 or whatever, because you are in a different status, then you can start the process of changing your B1, B2 visa to a student visa. Sometimes, so that means if you have been accepted, if you have been accepted, but still when you are going there, it is still a little bit tricky. It's very, very tricky. So what most people do is that they look for someone who knows the law and they hire them so that they can go the right way. It can be done, but sometimes you can't do it by yourself. You need help. You need help. So that means that you have to have finance, because asking for legal help or asking for professional help to maneuver through something like that in immigration, you have to pay, and it is not cheap. It's not cheap. So sometimes you might not be able to maneuver it by yourself. You find that here most things, like almost everything, people just look for a lawyer, because lawyers are more advanced and lawyers are more, they know. So let's assume you came here with a B1, B2 visa and you are interested in going to school. Actually, nobody is going to stop you, but you find that to navigate immigration is the hardest thing. So you find that sometimes some people, what they do is that they look for legal help and they are able to go to that next step, whereby they will be able to change and to become student. Because when you become a student, that is not an immigrant visa. It's still a non-immigrant visa, whereby yes, you will do that course. It's a benefit, because you are going to bring income to that. You're going to bring some revenue to that school. But at the same time, that means that when you do your student, you can violate your student visa. You cannot work unless maybe you're given work in your college, or maybe they clear you to go and work outside for, depending on that is at the discretion of the college. So you find that yes, it can be done, guys, but sometimes it is hard to do it by yourself. It's very, very hard to do it by yourself. So most people, what they do, they seek legal help. They seek legal help so that they are able to maneuver that process. But it can be done. It is not that it cannot be done. Some people have done it, but most people have done it through legal help. So you must have a lot of money. Now, are you going to get that money from your host? No. Are you going to get that money from working? No. Because remember, your B1 and B2 visa does not allow you to work. So that means that from wherever you are coming from, where you are coming from, any part you are coming from, then you have to be financially stable. Of course, when you go to apply for a college, if you want to change, you have to be able to show them that you will be able to pay. You will be able to pay your school fees. They will ask you for school fees maybe for 2 semesters. That's because some classes go through that, because they know that you're not going to go home to go and get your fare during whatever. So they will ask you for fees for a whole school year, whereby our school year starts in fall. That is in August. So maybe you have to pay August all the way up to when summer ends, because that is when the school year ends. So you must have to think about that money to pay your first down payment of school fees. So those are some of the things that you should think about when you, because this question was asked about changing the B1, B2 visa to become a student. So you have to think about it and see, where am I going to get this money to pay my school fees? If I need legal help, because you will need it, to some extent you will, where will I get money to pay the advocate so that he can help me, advise me on how to go about it? Because guys, what I can say is that immigration is hard, and most of these non-immigrant visas, sometimes you are not able to maneuver them by yourself. You need legal help. You need someone who knows how to do it. You need someone. So that is just an insight on what you can do, and maybe just get some help. So guys, I'm almost home. I'm gonna exit here in a minute, and I'll see you in another video. Thank you, and God bless you. So guys, bye. I just realized that I didn't show my face throughout that whole video, but it was dark. Inside my car it was a little bit dark, and I didn't want to produce darkness in my video. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you know the drill. Subscribe, like, share, and that's how we roll. So thank you, and God bless you.